Why do we talk about letting go in the manifestation space? The reason why we talk about that a lot is because most of the things that we hold on to are the things that we don't want. Because most of your thoughts are negative thoughts, right? So if you're having mostly negative thoughts every day, then that means most of the stuff that you are holding on to, is negative. So that's why we need to practice letting go. Because there's so much shit going on in our minds every single day. You got work, you got family, you got the news, you got friends, neighbors, just all kinds of things going on a day-to-day basis happening with you. Our mind is just constantly an overload. And that's why it just helps so much for us to just practice letting go of things. I mean, your mind is constantly stimulated. Like, our minds are not meant for this, especially since we have social media nowadays. Our minds are constantly stimulated. That's why so many people on Xanax, for instance, are on anti-anxiety medication. I'm on anti-anxiety medication. I only take it when I absolutely need it, when I'm literally having a panic attack. But there's just so much stimulation going on every single day. And part of letting go is concentrating, if that makes sense. Because like, you're like, I'm letting go, but how are you, why, what do you mean I'm concentrating by letting go? Well, when you let go of most stuff that does not mean anything to you or matter to you, then it gives you more attention to the things that you could focus on that you want in your life. I mean, think about it. Part of how to get to where you want to be is having goals and knowing where you want to go. But if you have so many people telling you what to do every day, your boss, your family, social media, you're just bombarded again with so much things. That's why you need to practice letting go. Because ask yourself right now, what do you want? What do you want? What does Jeremy want? What do I want on a day-to-day basis? It's focused on everybody else's needs, and we're so also distracted by everything else going on in the world. You never sit back and you're like, but what does Jeremy want? This is why I'm, doing these videos, because I'm asking you, what do you want? What do you want to get out of life? Because to get to where you want to be, you got to know what you want. If you do not know what you want, you might want 20 different things. But if you can't focus it on one or two things, then that concentration, that focus is dispersed among 20 different things. Think about it. If you got 20 projects going on at once, what's the likelihood of you getting one done? You know what I mean? So that's why it's good to focus on one thing. That's why letting go, by practicing letting go, the stuff that does not serve you, is the main thing that does not serve you. It puts you in a better position to focus on the things that you do want. Confidence is the true key to your focus, because when you're confident, you know what you want. And confident people don't have a million things going on at once. Confident people know what they want. They're very selective with the things that they're doing, and they don't say yes to everybody. You need to start saying no to people. You need to learn to be like, I can't help everybody. I don't want to do everything that everybody else wants. What do I want? And I call it a healthy selfishness. I'm not saying be selfish and tell everyone to go screw themselves. I'm talking about a healthy selfishness. A selfishness where it's like, Jeremy wants a break today. I don't want to be around people. We need that for our mental health. So, focus on doing that too. Like, focus on saying no to people. Because so many times every day we say yes to so many things we don't want to do, and it just scatters our mindset. Like, most people that are fairly successful, they know what they want, and they don't apologize for what they want. They're like, I want this. This is where I'm going to go. This is how I'm going to do it. And they're not bothered by what people think. That's the other thing, is a lot of your friends, when you become successful or you are in a better position than them, a lot of them will look at you and they won't like that, because, that's just how humans are. So we'd like to hopefully think that all of our friends are like, oh, you're doing so good, I'm so happy. But the fact is, sometimes a lot of your friends don't like that, because your friends always want to believe that they're doing better than everybody else. And when they realize that they're not doing as good as everybody else, that's just some people just show, resentment towards that. And I've seen that with friends who started doing very successful and started doing really well. They just think that, they get jealous. They're like, well, why is he successful and why am I not? And a lot of those people too, which I've noticed, people that usually are like that, they're like, I work my ass off. I work my ass off every day. I do everything I can to make $1. And this person over here, I just see how successful they are. I don't see all the hard work they put in, but you just see the outside of everything. We see the outside of everybody's success. We never look at the internal within that got to that success. So many people have failed thousands upon thousands of times to get where they are. And a lot of people that bust their ass see the outside of someone being very successful, but they don't see all the hard work, blood, sweat, and tears that they also put in that. And the reason why a lot of people are like that too, sometimes when I'm in that mindset where it's like, I bust my ass, why am I, in a worse off position than someone over here that just doesn't seem like they're working their ass off? And that's because those people have a better mindset. When you think that way and have those thoughts, your mindset, that just shows where your mindset's at. Your mindset is, I work my ass off and I'm not in the position I want to be in, but my friend over here is in a great position. Why is that? It's because my mindset isn't as strong as his. He's got a better mindset, especially financially, if we're talking finances. He's got a better mindset. I might be focusing on why I can't get out of it. I might be focusing on not making enough money. Him over here, he's focusing on abundance. He's focusing as if he's already here. This is coming from experience, guys. This is between me and one of my friends. It's like, sometimes like, why are you so successful? And it's because I sat down and talked with him. He only thinks about positive things. He only focuses on where he wants to be. He imagines all the time, every day, having money just falling on him, having $10,000, him counting it. I've talked with him. He lives, eats, and breathes abundance. He's grateful all the time. He always tells me how grateful he is. Second wakes up, he says, I'm grateful. Thank you, God. Like, I'm always thinking about what I want. And he does not give any apologies. He's confident as fuck. He does not apologize for how he is, the way he thinks, what he wants. That's the other thing. I realize sometimes I feel like I'm apologizing for the things I want. And I talk about it a lot, but sometimes I don't practice what I preach. Sometimes it's hard for me to focus on abundance when I don't have abundance, and I get that. That's why I understand why people get so upset in the manifestation space when they're like, well, you talk about it, it makes it so easy, but it's not sometimes. And so I'm telling you this, it's not easy sometimes. Sometimes I'm like, I wish I want more money. I'm imagining I have this, but sometimes it's hard for me to imagine it. And it takes a couple days for me to get back on to where I need to be to get to that point. And sometimes I try too hard. And this is why I'm talking about letting go, because the thing is, when you try too hard and you just have all these belief systems, like think about all the belief systems you have against money right now, or mindset. At the end of the day, everything is your mindset. And the other thing about this friend doesn't have a million things going on in their freaking brain, right? They don't have a million things going on. They're focused on the select few things that matter the most to them, and that's what they focus on. When you are focused on way too much bullshit and you got 20 things going on, that's why nothing's happening to you. You need to focus on, say, 3 things and just hyper-focus on those main 3 things that you actually want out of life that will make you truly happy. If it's finances, if it's family, if it's your job, focus on those 3 things and live the way you want to live. Imagine where you want to be. You create through imagination. You're doing it every day. You're just creating it so closer to yesterday that you don't even realize it. Every day you wake up is a new day. Every day is a day where you can do different, you can do better. Every day, we always talk about manifesting in this manifestation space. You're not really manifesting. Everything that's already been here, already has and already will, is here right now. Everything is here now. Energy cannot be created nor destroyed. So you know what that means? You never manifest. Everything's already here. You shift. So we're all frequencies. That's why we shift. Whatever reality you want, you have to shift in that mindset of you being there already. You don't go to the outside world and force it. You have to become that and shift within yourself first, and then the outside world will reflect you. Everything happens within you. Nothing happens outside you. It all happens within inside. And then the outside reciprocates what you're feeling within. That's why when I say we don't actually manifest, we shift. So whatever reality you want, you have to shift to that reality. You have to see yourself living that reality. It's not outside yourself, it's within you. You just have to shift that mind from where you are now and imagine where you want to be, because everything is just a parallel reality. Everything is parallel reality. I'm having my own reality right now, as my neighbor is right now, but we're living completely different lives. I don't even see them much. So it's like, whatever you want, shift into that feeling, shift into whatever that would feel like. Because you never know. That's how you get things to manifest to you. You gotta shift, you gotta be confident, you gotta know what you want, and you gotta let go of all the bullshit. And when you're focusing on what you want, know you already have it. Don't be like, I want this because I don't have it. No. I want this because I can have this. Why not me? I already have it. Never think, oh, in a month from now. No, I have this now. Whatever you want, I have this now. Believe you have it now. Live as if you have it now and let go of all the bullshit. I appreciate you guys checking out this video. I want you to like and subscribe, and I want you to comment below. Let go of all the bullshit. I'll see you in the next one.